stressful things, you have high blood pressure. I'm like, I can't, I teach school. Of course, you guys, you're good class.
I like the benchmarks.
You lower it.
So benchmarks,
What about them?
you love them.
Yes, they're wonderful. They are a very good tool, Dr. Louie. So,
Dr. Louie is a tool?
his name is Taylor Peck. You may seek him out, Dr. Looney. Yeah, I had nothing to do with that comment. I did not approve that comment.
Wow.
He just called you out on camera.
Plus 10. Plus 10.
First time.
Just let you know that I had nothing to do with that. All right, anyway. It's always
When we come back to school.
Anyway, thankfully, this class actually lowers my, the bells don't help, but you guys lower my blood pressure, you're a good class. And I come right to sixth period and they skyrocket it again.
Just for like a second grade, are they bad?
Huh?
Sixth grade bad?
Come join us sometime.
Mickey
Yeah.
told me about the sixth grade class.
They're nuts. They're absolutely nuts.
Hey, you realize you're on camera, right?
They are nuts about math. Let me tell you. They love it, and we all love doing math together. Definitely, yep. All right, and now it's Mr. Wade back with Nuts About Math. Okay, so here we go with these two equations right here. All right, now I've got two equations. I've got an idea. B is the inverse of A, right? If B is the inverse of A, why don't we go find the inverse? Okay, don't write this down.
Oh, wait, you can.
Okay? Oh, sure, we can get y by itself easily. All you have to do to break off a tangent is what?
Inverse.
Inverse tangent. Oh, nuts, it's stuck on the y cube now.
Non.
Oh, I tell you what, let's get rid of the cube by doing
LN.
the,
Natural log.
no, not that.
Oh,
Third root.
1/3
Okay,
power.
third root, right? Okay, or 1/3 power, yep. So take a cube root, oh, nuts. Now it's stuck on the tangent. You can't get the y free, right? You can't solve it, okay? But my name is Leonard Euler. I'm the #1 mathematician of all times. I can solve everything. Can't solve this one. All right, so, okay. Okay, now, #1, can we write out a of b of x or b of a of x? Let's make our choice, because on the test, it'll be your choice. The ball's in your court, okay? So you have to choose which one can you use here. All right, would you like to choose a of b of x or b of a of x? You know what? If we do a of b of x, that is a wise maneuver. Because you can take b of x and physically place it into a of x. If you choose b of a of x, you can't put a into b because we don't have b. It's not even there. Right? Okay, so that's the winner.
But technically, isn't it in the second one?
What's that?
Like, why is the second equation there?
Well, I mean, it's not an equation necessarily, it's just telling you that b is the inverse of a. So whatever b is that we don't know, we're going to let it be the opposite of a.
So you always pick the one that gives them the top.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, because b is not really an equation, it's just kind of notation. Okay, so write an expression out for a of b of x, like this way. Okay, so write out a of b of x in terms of b of x, okay? So you should see b's in your answer. What does it mean to find a of b of x? What do we do? Take b of x and
I'll fit in.
substitute or stuff it in there. So wouldn't a of b of x technically be tangent of b of x minus
B of x.
b of x? Something to you? Okay, wouldn't that be it right there? You're gonna get, you know what, that's a problem with the test. That's not just a particle problem, that's a full problem. That's a 5-pointer right there for physically taking this and doing what you did in middle school, which is substitution. And you didn't do it like this high level, and you know, wasn't this complex in middle school, but it's the same principle. That's all you have to do to get 5 points right there, okay? Stuff into the property. All right? And then we're using a little transitive in a second, okay, that's right. Now, #3, what is equivalent to a of b of x?
1.
According to rule #1, if you take your lucky number and do something to it and then do the opposite to it, you'll get right back to your lucky number, which everybody's lucky number is x. Okay? X can be anything. All right, anyways.
X
So,
is a number.
Any variable.
that's true.
Letter.
Okay, so you get two things. Okay? Guess what? This is also a question on the test worth 5 points. All you have to do is memorize rule number 1, and that's it. Okay? Now, find B prime. But Mr. Wade, we can't even mathematically find B of x. How do I get the derivative of something I can't find? With mathematical trickery. Master formula. Okay? Here's how you do it. Ready for this? Right on the set. Now, if A equals B and B equals C, then
Transitive
A
equals
equals
C.
C.
You got it.
Transitive property, all right?
We're just trying to sound smart.
So, master equation. All right? Where's my master equation go?
Then you get about another 14 minutes.
All right? So, set these two equal to each other because you know that they're the same thing. They're representing the same thing. They're written in different ways, but they're the same thing mathematically. Based on that, you know, this is really a good problem. It's kind of abstract, I know, but it's just testing you on, do you understand your derivative rules? Do you understand implicit differentiation? Do you know how to solve? It's testing on a lot of different things, okay? Sure. Now, what is the derivative of tangent?
Cosecant squared. Secant squared.
Secant squared. Secant squared of
B of x
b of x
minus
times
B prime.
the chain rule b prime of x. Okay, this is testing on the chain rule, isn't it? If you don't believe in the chain rule, all right, which most of you do by now, thank goodness, but if you just, you know, whatever, guess what? If you don't do the chain rule this time, you won't have any b primes in your entire question here. How can you find b primes? You don't put it in yourself. It won't be there. You're just done, right? So, make sure you do the chain rule. All right, how about this one right here?
3
3 to the front.
x squared.
Base stays the same to the squared power. This is kind of like power rule.
B prime of x.
Chain rule is b prime of x. And the derivative of x?
What?
1.
1. Oh, equals 1. That's part of rule number 2. Absolutely. Okay, that's a little piece of rule number 2 there. You do not have to write a of b of x out front, even though that's what it is equal to. And you do not have to write a prime of b of x times b prime of x here. Okay, but it's there. All right, now all I have to do is isolate b prime of x. All right, let's factor. So b prime comes out to the front, and you get secant squared of b of x minus 3b of x squared, and you set it equal to what? Sort of mind scrambled up here. All right, and then you get b prime by itself. Just trust me what I said there. And then divide both sides by all that razzmatazz.
1.
1 over secant squared of b of x minus 3 b of x squared. And that is a derivative of the thing that we don't even know.
Make that one.
I don't see a box.
I don't see a box, so that's the answer.
You see a box in a second.
Why not throw them away?
Yeah, why not throw them away?
All the boxes on the sample test. You know, all those boxes. Put your answers in there. All right. Okay. So that is your derivative. The derivative of something that we don't even know, and we can still represent it. That's pretty impressive. I like it. Okay. Good stuff.
Is that a problem on the test?
What's that? This right here? Well, yeah, sure. That's like that's the grand finale, right? That's the coup de grace, the piece de resistance. Right? You're trying to get this answer right here. This is your crowning achievement of this entire series is to get that right there.
What was the last one you said?
Piece de resistance.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, it's like irresistible artwork, masterpiece.
The Frenchman. I speak the knowledge in the right direction.
Say it in
Sounds
Russian.
like rabbit.
In Russian.
Good.
I don't know. It's a little cumbersome with equations.
Say it.
It's a little weird when you do that kind of stuff. Anyways, let's finish this first. We'll have a Russian lesson.
It sounds like you're hawking the loogie every time you say it.
It's German.
Yeah, that's German. Russian's pretty harsh, but it's not.
This one's easy.
It's not.
It's more Yanya's It's very angry.
Yes, you said it sound very ferocious.
Did they tell you to sound angry when you
What's a
speak?
harsh soul? No, you just listen to your professor speak, and then you have to, model the way they say it. So it's very angry language. Okay. Now, here's this one. All right. We have a classic polynomial here. Matter of fact, this is not just any old polynomial. This is a
Squared.
Sure, but it's also a
Second
Binomial.
degree polynomial.
second degree,
Trinomial.
second degree
Trinomial.
trinomial, yes, very good. Second degree trinomial. All right, now, believe it or not, you can solve a second degree trinomial and get the inverse this time. All right? I would advise against it though. It's going to take a couple of years of college math before you can do this one, and it's very cumbersome, so I would not advise it. Okay? Okay, don't write this down again. Here's the inverse right here. Okay, so that's your inverse, right? You can use a little modification of the quadratic formula to actually get y by itself and get an ugly answer, but you'll do that in college, okay? Don't need to do it here. There's a much easier way. How about we just do the same thing we did in the past on the other problems? Okay? All right, now k will represent the inverse of j, but we do not know what k is, all right? We're not in college math yet, or we kind of are, but, okay? So, oops, we're not yet. Okay, so you can't really solve this easily. So if you can't find k of x, how am I supposed to do all these problems? Trickery. Okay? Being smart, that's how. All right, j of 1. What does it mean to find j of 1?
Put
Plug
one.
one into the j.
Okay, so put 1 up here, right? So that would be 1 squared plus 7 times 1 plus 11. Okay? So what we just did was, we substituted 1 for all these x's. Okay, remember that. Okay, that's pretty basic, right? Add it together, what do you get?
19.
19, all right? Everybody's favorite number. Okay, now, find k of 1. Here's a nice new sneaky trick for you. This is the last trick of the day right here. Okay?